Sweetie, I'm going to the store. Most of us can picture our mother telling us that, right? Well, this is Bradley Schroeder, and she is 5 years old. She is a typical little girl that enjoys the fullness of life. Riley was born in Illinois and is currently living less than 2 hours away from us. All she can think of now is what her mother told her. According to drug addiction facts and statistics at michaelhouse.com, over 6 million children in America live at least with one parent that has a drug addiction. Today I will be presenting you with information about what heroin is, why it is used, and the devastating consequences of it. First, I will begin by explaining what heroin is. Heroin is an illegal and highly addictive drug according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse. According to Real Information and Real Hope, a website to stop heroin use, heroin is one of the most powerful known semi or non-semi-synthetic painkillers. It is one of the opiates that come from the dried milk of the opium poppy, which includes morphine and codeine. Heroin is not a naturally occurring drug. It is refined from morphine. It is therefore more powerful, although its effects are very similar. According to Stop Heroin Use website, heroin is found as a powder. In its purest form, diamorphine. This powder is white. However, the most commonly used powder is brown. Now that you have a little background on what heroin is, I will explain some of the reasons people use it. Some of the reasons people use heroin is to escape, relax, or experiment with heroin. And heroin makes pain tolerable by reducing your emotional reactions to it. It cushions you from the psychological impact of discomfort, fear, and anxiety. Users talk of feeling wrapped up in cotton wool and having all their troubles fade away. Some people think drugs are the solution, but eventually drugs become the problem. According to Gerald May, addiction is the most powerful psychic enemy of humanity's desire for God. Heroin is used in different ways, but it is usually injected, snorted, or smoked. Many new young users begin snorting or smoking because they want to avoid the social stigma attached to injecting. These users often mistakenly believe that snorting or smoking will not lead to addiction. Users who snort or smoke heroin at times graduate to injection because their bodies become used to the drug. The effects it produces are less intense. Now that I have informed you about what heroin is and why it is used, I will go over some of the devastating consequences of using heroin. All heroin users risk becoming addicted. In his book, Psychology, David G. Myers states that for the short-term pleasure, the user may pay a long-term price. A gnawing craving for another fix and a need for progressively larger doses. And the extreme discomfort of withdrawals. Also, a lot of medical complications occur. In an online article written by Rita Lewis, she states that abscess or boils can appear on the skin with frequent heroin use. An abscess is an infection of the skin occurring deep within. Disruptions in family are also a consequence of heroin use. Addicts will often neglect their family duties to share the company of those who won't interfere with their drug use. This is someone's arm after it was abscessed. They had to remove it, cut it out, and that's what it looked like afterwards. Acting aggressive or hostile towards family, friends, and others who are around us is also a common trait of heroin users, according to an article by Cassie Howley on signs and symptoms of heroin addiction. Elizabeth Ann Seton states that much harm may result from bad company, and we are inclined by nature to follow the worst rather than the better. Long-term effects or loss of life can occur with repeatedly fouled with articular opiate. The brain eventually stops producing its own opiates, the endorphins. If the artificial opiates in the brain are gone, then the brain levels, the normal levels of the pain-killing neurotransmitters will they'll be like gone forever. Those who cannot or choose not to tolerate this may pay an ultimate price, death by overdose, states David G. Myers. In conclusion, Sheriff Mark Curran from Lake County Sheriff's Office says that there has been an explosion of overdose deaths in Lake County since at least 2007. The report shows Lake County deaths related to heroin were 13 in 2007 and 35 in 2010. This is my sister Dina and her daughter, my niece Riley. Because of her mom's use of heroin, Riley will have to grow up with only one parent, her father. For the most part, she has a carefree life right now and can enjoy playing with her friends. Soon she will realize what she has lost.